We're following runoff elections tonight for you, and in Austin, Allison Alter has ousted incumbent Sherry Gallo in the District 10 City Council runoff election. Here's what the winner had to say tonight.
They really want someone who's going to listen to them and to tell them when things might work and when they won't work, and who's going to ask the hard questions.
Out of the 5 council districts running for re-election tonight, Sherry Gallo is the second to lose her seat, followed by council member Don Zimmerman's loss to Jimmy Flanagan in November. KXAN's Kylie McGivern joining us live from Alter's watch party. Kylie?
Yes, we are at the watch party right now. A lot of excitement, as you can see. A lot of people are here right now. Look at these guys. Was very clear is they wanted a shakeup. We spoke with her a little bit earlier about why she decided to run in the first place.
Right now, there's a lot more representation of developer interests than there are of the people who live in our district.
That feeling among the potential factors that pushed incumbent Councilmember Sherry Gallo out, ushering a new District 10 representative.
The development decisions that we make have impacts on the quality of life of people who are here. 2 massive developments City Council is considering right now, the Grove and Austin Oaks, PUDs that have drawn battle lines between neighbors and developers, though compromise has come a long way. Allison Alter says what's crucial is making sure a bulk of the financial burden doesn't fall to taxpayers who may not even benefit from the projects. We can't put all of the fees on the developers, but we need to make them more accountable, and we need to think about what are the costs of these developments down the line. Otherwise, the city's going to go bankrupt after a long time.
The self-described mom, entrepreneur, community advocate, and longtime educator is also calling for greater transparency in city government.
Right now, if you want to follow your council members' votes, you have to go back to the minutes and uncover it and figure out which reading and whatnot. You can't just have some kind of easy way of finding out a report card of how they voted on big issues that you care about.
And now those big issues are something that Alter is going to be speaking about on behalf of all of her constituents, and she will take on that role come January. Reporting live, Kylie McGivern, KXAN News.
And we have seen a fairly strong turnout in the District 10 race. More than 9,500 people voted in this race during early voting. That's 14% of all registered voters in that district. By comparison, just over 10,000 people voted in the early voting during the District 10 runoff 2 years ago between Gallo and Mandy Deely, and more people were drawn to that race because of the runoff for Austin mayor. In San Marcos tonight, voters rejecting elected a new mayor and 2 of the 4 city council members. Right now, with all the votes counted in the mayor's race, John Tomades taking the win by less than 50 votes over Ruben Becerra. Saul Gonzalez has won place 2 on the San Marcos City Council with overwhelming support over Shane, and Ed McLachlan has won his race big over Jason Montgomery. We have complete results online right now for you at KXAN.com.